Hey there. So this is Eric Mark. You might know me from some of the other videos, some of the characters and stuff that I've done. Usually I'm trying to do things that are funny. I thought I'd try and do something that's a little bit more serious. If you've paid attention, you've probably realized there's been a lot of bicycle themes throughout. That is because I'm super into bikes, and I thought I'd try and do a Cush Core install video. We'll try and do it with minimal tools and see how it goes. So let's give it a shot. First step, I'm going to do my front tire. So there's my hardtail. It's a specialized fuse carbon. I'm going to do the front tire first. I wanted to switch a tire out anyway. I've got a 2.3. Nope. I've got a 2.4 Recon on there now. I'm going to swap it out for a 2.5 Minion. I wish I had a little bit more meat up front, so we're going to swap that. And we'll try and do it with Cush Core. Like I said, minimal tools. Let's see how it goes. So step one, I'm going to yank that wheel off. I'm going to do it with the multi-tool on the bike. Thank you, Specialized. You guys do an awesome job with these on-bike tools. Between you guys and 1UP, you got what I need, always. So, first step, let's get that wheel on. Cool. Now for me, I got a horrible time of losing stuff, so I'm just going to throw that axle back in and put like a turn and a half on it just so it doesn't fall out. Then we got to deflate this guy. We're going to end up changing the valve stem anyway. I've got this fancy orange one in here that I thought was going to go on a different bike. It was going to look really cool. And there's no orange on the bike, so I guess we don't need orange anymore. This tire does have sealant in it already. I run the stands, just the standard stuff, and I've had great luck with it, so we're not going to fix what's not broken. Alright, cool. Pretty flat. Once again, I'm going to just put the cover on so I don't lose it. There's a lot of people that say, oh, I don't run valve covers. I think those people are crazy. I think every little bit of protection you can have is good. I got a bad habit of crashing into rocks and things like that, so I'm going to leave my valve cover on. Alright, tire is pushed in towards the center. I've got it debeaded. I'm going to see if I can get this thing off. Kind of doing this blind so that you can see it. If I need to, I might grab a tire lever. Or if I can get my finger in there, there it goes. There we go. Tire off. Looks like it's full of filthy sealant. That's okay. Next step. That's actually pretty interesting. You can see how gummed up the stands is around the valve stem. Huh. Take this stem out. Let's see if we've got enough strength in our fingers to loosen this thing. That is surprisingly tight. There it goes. If you're wondering, yes, I am Batman. The bearded the bearded Batman. Alright. There we go. Valve stem out. So I'm going to break my color scheme. I'm actually going to put a black valve in. And by break my color scheme, I mean break the color scheme that wasn't working to to begin with. The orange wasn't really right for this bike anyway. So I got some black stems. Cush Core comes with green stems. That's their kind of way to advertise. So I'm sorry guys to take away your advertising, but I want my full style points. I kind of like to run undercover on stuff like this. Valve stems. So I got a bunch of friends that run Cush Core. They don't bother with the stems. That's a little more undercover than I really feel is necessary. There's a reason that you use these. It's because the air holes are on the sides. So with the foam of the Cush Core pushing up against it, you're still able to inflate and deflate the tire without blocking the air path with the rubber of the Cush Core. So stem goes in, O-ring goes on, collar goes on with the beveled edge on the bottom. Rock and roll. It still says Cush Core on it. I'm not totally hiding these things. It's not like I'm doing anything that needs to be a secret, but I don't know. The bright green. The bright green might actually look cool on this bike. I'm going to make this as tight as I can with my fingers. That feels like where I'm stopping. So once again, I'm gonna leave the valve open, but I'm gonna throw the cap on just so I don't lose it. Cap's on. Cush Core next. So these are the XC Cush Cores. This is going to be my first try with these. I have the standard ones on my full suspension bike, and they've been fantastic. This bike is a little lighter. It's my hardtail. It's my quote-unquote race bike. I'm going to use it when I finally get to do an Xterra. But for now, it's just a trail bike. Makes me pay a little bit more attention. So I know there's a trick where you stick something through the wheel so that you can stretch the Cush Core up. I'm going to see if I can do it without that. And I'd say I can. So I know that went out of frame, but all I did was I pinched the wheel with my 2 feet. I do have 2 feet, like most of you. Some of you don't, I'm sure. And that's cool too. But I just kind of put my feet on either side of the rim. I'm in sandals, I don't know if you could see. And I was able to hold the wheel just fine and steady enough to get the Cush Core on. Okay, so you got to center that guy, make it look like you got a super low profile tire. So now we can go to cruise night with our wire wheels and kill it. Yeah. Alright, tires next. Like I said, I'm going to throw a Minion DHF on. This one I had, it's a little bit used. It's got a little bit of dried up sealant in it, maybe a couple spiders. And that's alright. Spiders for extra traction. It's good to make sure the direction, because I'm never quite confident on my own. Where's my little direction arrow, Maxis? I know you put one on here. Okay, direction, rotation. So we're spinning this way. There's a bike. My brake is on the left side. So we're going to take the tire and get it around the whole wheel. Now I know that on the Cush Core video and other guys are all using soapy water. It definitely makes it easier. I don't have soapy water right now, so I don't get to use it. Here's the thing. So if you're new to bikes, if you want to be extra cool, you line up your logo with the valve stem. It's kind of a traditional way to do it. From a practical aspect, it's awesome that you can find your valve stem faster if you do need to put air in your tire. So I got my Maxxis lined up. I don't know if the lighting is good enough to see that, with the valve stem. Now I got to get the tire on past the Cush Core. So the trick with that is that you need to make a gap in the Cush Core and slide the tire in between the gap. This is the headache part, and let's see how well we can do it. So I made a gap, and I can feel the tire sliding into the gap. Once again, I'm doing this blind so that you guys can see it. And let's see if we can get that tire to go in there. I'll do it so I can see. There is a trick where you can take a tire lever and shove it in there. I want to give it a try without, just to see how it goes. Also a bonus that this is a dry tire. The last time I did this, I did it on my trail bike, which had sealant in the tires, and I didn't want to dump the sealant, so I left it in there and kind of tried to not spill sealant all over myself or all over the shop floor. I did it. Kept most of it. It's good. Okay, sliding in. We're slowly progressing around the wheel. Now it's actually got enough tension on it that if you can get the bead past the rim, it'll pull itself in because you got tension from the other side. Thumb strength. Alright, I'm kind of hitting the limit of what I can do with my thumbs. So now I'm going to take this bead and I'm just going to push the whole thing in towards the center and see if I can't gain a little bit of slack on the side that I'm working on. Hope you've been doing your thumb strengthening exercises. Alright, let's see how much we gained. Not much. I think I'm going to bust out a tire lever. I bought the handy dandy Cush Core big green tire lever. Let's see how she works. Chasing the bead. And it's popping out of the other side faster than I can pop it in, which is a thing. So let's do this. We're going to squeeze this in. Really push the tire in towards the center. And I'm going to try, I'm actually going to go right in the center, which I got it. I got it on the center. Try and thumb it the rest of the way. Come on, buddy. There we go. One side's in. Cool. Cush Core is still in place. Tire still in position. Now we get to start with the other side. So I'm just doing the same. I'm going to thumb it in. See if I can get it to kind of sink. It's fighting me. Grab the lever. So at this point, I've got the tire probably about half beaded. I've got half a bead left on one side. I'm going to dump my stands in because I don't like filling it through the valve stem. I'm going to pour my stands in, and then I'm going to flip the wheel 180 degrees so that the unbeaded side is at the top. Stands will be sitting in the bottom where it doesn't pour out, and then I'll fight the rest of the way with the tire lever. Here's my very precise measurement. It's probably more than I need. But I don't like flats. Now we're going to turn the tire. And we've got the open bead up at the top, all the stands is down on the bottom. I'm pushing the bead in on the outside. See if I can pop this with my thumbs. Again, I'm walking the Cush Core and sliding the bead in. Oh, we're so close. I think we're gonna get it. And the last pop. Alright. Tire's on, Cush Core's in, and we're full of fluid. So now we just need air in this thing. What are the chances it's gonna seal up with a pump? I don't know. We're gonna try. Looks like it beat it up just fine. So I took it up to 40 psi. That is in no way the pressure that I'll run this at. But I want to know if it's going to leak. So I'm going to get the stands just kind of around the bead. And I'll let this sit overnight. We'll see what the pressure is and if it held or not. Feels pretty good though. You remember where I put my axle? Left in the wheel. And there we go. Cush Core installed on the front tire. So that took, looks like about 20 minutes. Minimal tools. I was able to inflate it with a hand pump. And the bike's ready to ride. So don't be scared of Cush Core. It works awesome and it's not that hard to install. Hope you all enjoyed this. I hope you found this useful. If you're looking for something to laugh at, go check out the rest of the videos. I don't know how many of these ones I'll do, but I thought this one might be helpful. Take care, everyone.